Hello, lads and YouTube. I'm Doc Legendary, and this is
Ava Legendary.
And what are we going to do today?
We're going to teach you how to level your team.
We're going to teach you how to level your team on this edition of... So, Ava, what would you tell people who are nervous about starting a team on Laz?
It's so easy, even a kid can do it like me.
Yeah, so easy, even she can do it. So, what are you waiting for? Holla! All right, Ava, what's the name of our guild we're gonna level?
Meme team.
The meme team. Heck yeah, meme team.
Yeah,
So we don't have any healers here. We've got 2 monks and 4 mages because I've already got like beast lords and a bard, so we're just gonna do something without a healer just to prove to you guys that it's not that hard to get started on Project Lazarus and level a team up. So today we're gonna demonstrate that for you. All right, so standing in front of you is our guild, the Meme Team. Yes, we go by Clan Legendary on our mains, but for you guys, I let my daughter pick the team composition, which was 2 monks and 4 mages. And yes, this would work on Project Lazarus, but I had to pick something comical just to show you guys how easy it is to get started on Project Lazarus server. So we've got Fire Fist. I'm going to drive Dragon Balls, or Dragon Ball Z is what I meant to name them, but I guess it's Dragon Balls if you want to go by that. We got Fizzled and Super Mage, who are mages. And we have Dollar Store and Family Dollar, who are also mages. Family Dollar's last name is going to be Family Dollar Jafar. And Dollar Store's last name is going to be Dollar Store Dumbledore. So I can't wait to hit level 20 with them. I haven't decided on everyone else's names. But I'm excited to do this for you guys because I want to show you how easy it is to get started. So we're going to talk about where to get your food, where to get your backpacks, how to get your buffs, and some basic commands on getting going. So let's get started. All right, one of the first things that you want to do is you want to create a social macro to invite your group. So if you remember back in the day when you played Everquest, you've got this actions window down here in the lower right-hand corner. If you go over here to the social pages, Control-O is also a shortcut to get there. You've got pages here, but if you go to the second page and right-click, you can actually make a social name. So we'll just call this Rich Social. And I can put in here, you know, say what up Norath. Right? And that gives me a macro. I can hold down the left click and drag it over to my hotbar. And anytime I click that, I'm going to say, what up, Norath? All right. So the first thing I'm going to have you do is create, after you've created all your characters, which there's tutorials for that on the EQ emulator forums and on the LazarusEQ.com wiki. If you're not looking at LazarusEQ.com, you should, because it has complete guides on how to set up your characters, how to set up accounts, how to log in with macro quests and all of that. So I'm not going to go over all of that right now, but I'm going to go over the basics of how to move around and how to level your team, because that's really the hurdle. Everything else is going to be fairly easy. But the first thing you want to do is you want to get a group invite key set up. Now, there's certain flavors of macros that will do this. We're going to use the Red Guides version of the build because I feel like it's the easiest for complete newbies to get started with. And we're going to be using the chat with disname plugins, which literally just kind of plug and play the character and have modes and a user interface up here. And then we're also going to use something called Kiss Assist to help one of your characters loot. And I'll explain that in a little bit because that's a macro. So the first thing is setting up a group invite. So I've got a group invite here. I'm going to change a capitalization on it. And it's going to invite all my characters. Boom. So I'm going to hit accept. Watch down here. I'm going to click this button, group invite. There goes all my invites out. And I'm going to go to each of those windows and just invite them. So everyone's level 1. I got a couple starter weapons on Dragon Ball Z and Fire Fist. Everyone else is like their gear, except I didn't want them all naked. I want them to look good, so I put a robe. Just spend a little bit on robes. We have a little bit of starting cash for literally for backpacks, because I want to show you guys that. But you can very easily ask someone for 50 plat in OOC, and someone will probably reach out and give you some for some starting stuff. So anyway, we've got our group ready to go. Once you've got everything loaded up in here, the first thing I want to show you is over here in the group window. You've got three buttons here that'll be instrumental to you. And if you look over here, this is the macro quest window. And you can't really change the size of it much, but if you notice, they're all on a chat server. And so they're able to communicate with each other through the chat server. So what I like to do, the first thing I like to do is set up my chat window. So I'm going to go to a new chat window up here. And I'm going to filter, say, tells, group, raid, guild, OOC, auction, and shout. And that way, all of the things that I would, I don't want to miss, like if someone's talking to me in a zone, I can get that. So there you go. You can see my OOC is going to that. You can also adjust the alpha on the window if you want to. So you go to Windows, you can choose the alpha, normal level, faded level. Make sure this is normal. Background, do I want a tint color or do I texture? There's all sorts of stuff. But anyway, once I got my guys connected to the server, which if you follow the guide and setup, they will auto connect when you log them in. I've got these buttons over here: come to me, follow, and mimic me. So mimic me, first thing I do, they'll target anything I target. So if I target this guy over here, they're all going to target that guy over here. All right? If I say something, I say, what's up, my friends? They're all going to mimic me and go, what's up, my friends? So that's what the mimic me key does. Come to me. So there's a plugin that automatically loads called MQ2 Nav. And so here's my team over there. If I say come to me, they will find my current location and they will path to me and then they will stop. If I'm moving at the same time, they will also try to nav to me until they find me. And so if you look, they're right behind me. But once I stop and they stop, they're not going to follow me again. And then follow me is literally, they will sit there and follow me. And it works better than the /follow key that you're used to. So those are the three basic ones for movement. First two NPCs I want to show you. So we've got Vori over here, who's for general goods. And then you'll hear people refer to him as Shady, but we've got Shady Merchant. And then probably the third most important is Maxia. Maxia is important first. We'll cover this because Maxia sells this Rubray's Orb of Buffing for 45 diamond coin. This should be like a primary goal. You should always have this buff stick running. But when you're getting started out, if you can afford 750 platinum, which is not that much, that's basically 4 diamond coins, you can get 4 hours of advanced buffs, which will really help catapult you. And that's what I'm going to use today. Shady sells a bunch of good stuff, a lot of items that would normally be rare drops. You've got gate potions. You've got the handmade backpacks, which is what I want to buy because they have weight reduction, but they have 10 slots and they're size large. Now, the important thing about this is you always want to have room for loot, right, when you're leveling. But you don't necessarily want to loot everything you come across. You just don't. So they also have these bags of stone evil eye, but what you're really going to want eventually as you get a little bit higher in level is these fur backpacks or some of the more custom ones because they hold giant slots. But we're not going to start with that because you guys aren't going to have the capital to get started. We're going to go over here to Vori. Vori sells the old school backpack. And that's what I advocate you guys start with. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put all my food in here. Put my lantern up and my buff stick because you can click things. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy up my backpacks. Boom. And I always leave one slot open just in case. Okay? So I leave one slot open in case. So what I'm going to do is real quickly, I'm going to buy backpacks on my other characters, and then we're gonna clip back and I'm going to show you the next step. All right, so now all of our team has backpacks. So the next thing I like to do if I have a little bit of money, again, ask for a donation. If I'm on, I'm happy to throw you 50 plat to get your team started. I like to buy a bunch of food for my team. You start with 20 food. That's enough to get you started. You'll at least get a dollar coin drop very easily. But once you get about 150 plat, I like to go over here. And let me show you the map here, guys. It's very busy, but this is over here by the forge. Again, this is the library in the middle of the zone. Just to kind of give you an idea of the layout. We're going to just head from here to here to go get some milk and cheese. So I'm going to tell my group to follow me. Or actually, I can do this. I'll just show you how the come to me works. So we're going to come over here, up the stairs, and we are going to buy us some milk and cheese in bulk. So notice over here, that's the number shows how far away my people are. If I hit come to me, see that number starting to go down? I can watch them on the map come towards me. They're coming up the stairs, they path up the stairs, and then soon they'll pop in there. Like Three's Company, baby. Whoop whoop. Half the people watching this don't even know what that is. So I'm just going to go to Chef Denrun here. I'm going to say, what's up, my brother? You know what I could really go for? 1,000 bottles of milk and some cheese. Boom. So now you're going to buy that on all of your tunes so that you don't have to worry about food for good while, probably 12, 15 hours of gameplay at least. All right, the team is well fed. Just to review, we've got our milk, we've got our cheese. I like to put them in the top slots here. I got my buffing stick, but I'm going to show you guys how to get your Rubre buffs. So we're going to head that way. We're going to go and visit Rubre and show you how to get the advanced buffs and the regular buffs. Because some of you may not be able to find someone, and you can totally get your 4 diamond coins off of drops just with the regular buffs doing some of the lower level zones. I mean, you can go to Kern's Tower if you really want to and level to 15. But I want to show you the quick route because there are a lot of generous people here. And so you can very easily accumulate enough for the advanced buffs. They're the best in my opinion. All right, so we're going to head over here to Rubre. I think I left enough on here. I did. All right, so the first thing I want to point out, if you look at the effects window, all right? I don't know if you watched my other video. If you haven't watched my other video on Project Lazarus, I highly recommend you do it. It is about 50 minutes of content and then additional 45 minutes of demoing higher level play. But Rubre is she's the buff queen. She gives buffs to get people started. All right? So very, very important. And in that video, make sure that all of your folks you get free AAs when you start. So make sure you've put all 8 points in the eyes wide open. Mystical tuning, 5 points. This is important because you only have a maximum of 20 buffs. And you want to have at least, you want to have 20 buffs. You only have 15 if you don't put those 5 points in. And you definitely want the origin. I'm going to cover that in a second. We're going to show you a really cool hotkey in a second on how to do that. And you should also already have Mars Calling. Again, we'll teach you about that as well. That'll become important. Because we're going to travel a little bit. Let me move my effects window over a little bit so you guys can see it. So if you notice this buff here, someone popped a bottle of Shared Adventure 6, which is a GM buff on us. You'll get 5s all the time. I guarantee you while you're setting up your team that there's a high likelihood that someone is going to pop this. This persists through death. This is an XP buff. And all my characters have it. If you're online and someone pops the pot, you will get it. The other thing is make sure your extended target window is up and in view. That's important. And that eyes wide open extends it downward. So now we're going to talk to Rubre. We're going to hail her. If you don't have the money, you can just get some buffs. All right? And they're regular buffs. They give you like a 20 damage shield, which is plenty to get started to like level 15. But that's not why we're here. You want the advanced buffs. And I prefer to do 4 hours because that is how long our experience lasts. Now, when you die, you lose this. That's why I like having the stick on me. But here we go. Are you sure you want to proceed to purchase the advanced buffs? Make sure your team is nearby, and they are. There we go. Now look at that. Let's look at our stats now. 2,900 HP, 257 AC, attack, and I have hardly anything on my character. I've got a stick, and I've got a tunic, basically, or a robe. That's it. That's all my dudes are wearing. We have got advanced buffs. What do? Well, they increase your attack, your proc rate. The important thing is this damage shield, this Circle of Fire skin. Increased damage shield by 62. You're going to see what that does really quickly. But before we leave to go out hunting, I want to show you 2 important hotkeys that will be key for you. All right, so I want to go over again how to make a hotkey to be able to get your group back to the plane of knowledge and back to the Mars landing zone, which is really key because you can use those every 18 minutes. If you have both up, then every 9 minutes you can leave a zone, which is good when you're trying to power level. So to get Origin, which is the most important one, if you type /BCGA, which is Broadcast Group All, / Alt Activate, or Alt Act, that's what that means, 331. That is the alternate advancement ability for Origin. What this will do is broadcast everyone to cast that at the same time. I also have one for Mars. It's the same thing. /BCGA, Broadcast Group All, / Alt Act 511. And then what you do is you left click these and you drag them to your hotbar. And then you've always got them there when you're ready to port back. All right, so getting started. The reason why I prefer red guides for complete beginners outside of the E3 package is because it's plug and play. They have a few macros like RG Mercs and Kiss Assist that have a lot of customizability. The E3 package with Laz probably has a little bit more synergies and a little bit more customizability with it. But out of the box, there are these fantastic plugins that are free to use on emulator servers called Chat with this name. And so if you look in the corner up here, this says CWTN, Chat with this name. That's the guy's name on the Red Guys forum. And this is MQ2 Monk. But when you log in, you may not see this on your characters. So let me explain. There are plugins at the current time for all classes except for Paladin, Bard, and Necromancer. And they're just now releasing a beta version of Paladin and Necromancer. So if you have Bard, Paladin, or Necromancer in your team, then you will want to roll with Kiss Assist. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you Kiss Assist on one of my characters. I'm going to use it on a mage, because I'm going to show you how to use Kiss Assist with the Chat with This Name plugin, so that you can get the benefits of both. But that's the only way you can really auto loot using the Red Guides build and the Chat with This Name plugins. So we're going to go over that really quickly. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a character to run this on. But I'm just going to go ahead and run the script one time for every character. So let me go to a place where you guys can see this up here. I'm going to type this in the window. BCGA /Mac Kiss Assist. And if you watch this MacroQuest window over here, what it's going to do, it's going to beep a bunch. It's because I don't have, it's saying you're trying to assist Rubre, you have it targeted. But what I've done is I've created a file in the macros folder for each one of my characters. And I'm going to edit the INI file in there to turn loot on and to chase my main assist around while we hunt. Okay? So that's my preferred way to do this. All right. So if you notice here in my window, I've got in Notepad Plus open in my macros folder, kissassist_$store.ini. You can see that right here. This is this file right here. So notice at the top, I'm not going to go into Kiss Assist in a great level of detail. I just want to show you how to use it with the Chat with This Name plugin to be able to have someone auto loot for your team, but also follow your team around. All right, so the role should be set to assist, okay? And normally what assist does, it just plunks someone down in one place, and that's it. They just sit there and beat up stuff when you bring something into their radius. But that's not what we're going to do. I'm going to have them chase around. So if you look down here to chase assist, I want that to equal 1. That means whoever I decide to assist, which in this case, Dragon Ball Z, that's who I'm going to have my, we'll call them Dragon Balls. We'll call them Dragon Balls. You're going to run around and get Dragon Balls and go around. I don't know. We'll go back and forth. But chase assist equals 1 means that you're going to follow whoever you assist around, and you're going to do it at a distance of 25. Okay? This is the important one right here. Loot on equals 1. This means when there's no mobs in the extended target window, it will wait for about 3 or 4 seconds, and it'll start looting all the corpses. And what it does is it looks at a file called loot.ini, which is something that you can find out on the Red Guides forum, but it's basically a list of all the loot that you want to either auto-destroy, keep, sell, or there's a fourth option, but I forget. But you can very easily set up so that they destroy certain items and such. Okay? That's basically the setup. So I'm just going to click Save. There's all these other settings in here. So if you're not using a Chat with This Name plugin to auto cast spells and engage enemy, you can set all this stuff up the same way here in Chat with This Name plugins. Like here, this assist at, I can have them assist at 95%, or I can have them assist at 80%, or whatever. It is important as well, and this is why I scroll down here. If you're using Chat with This Name plugins, MQ2 melee must be off. or you will get all sorts of buggy behavior. So this should be set to 0. Otherwise, if you're not using those plugins, then you should have it set to 1. And that's enough about that. Like I said, if you want to learn about Kiss Assist and RG Mercs, which are 2 macros, highly recommend you go to redguides.com, get your level 2 subscription. All you got to do is post in the Hail of Fire Beetle and just post an introduction, and people will shower you with Redsense so you can get a free month of level 2 access, which gives you access to their client. You don't have to pay money for that unless you want to support the community. All right, we're over here on Dollar Store. I've unloaded his plugin. I'm going to show you how to load his Mage plugin. Again, it's /plugin MQ2 Mage. Enter. Boom. There it goes. MQ2 Mage is loaded. All right. And I'm going to put him in Mage mode, so I've got, he's got more options in Mage mode than everything else. He'll auto summon food if he doesn't have food. He'll use nuke. He'll use minions. It'll auto manage the pet for you. All that stuff. And there goes my box light. He will basically do all these things that you want him to do. He'll summon pet weapons in perpetuity. Now on EMU servers, sometimes what you want to do is use this important one called BYOS, Bring Your Own Spells. That's very important for mages and Shadow Knights, because they can get into an infinite loop where they will just summon their pet weapons over and over again. So what I usually do is I turn off the pet weapons and I use the Bring Your Own Spells on most of my characters, just so that I can control their spell loadout. Because when I'm leveling, I don't really care. Like, you're going to see how fast this goes leveling my crew. So, we're going to set everyone who is going to follow my main assist, except for the person who's got Kiss Assist running. They're going to stay in manual mode. But everyone else is going to use chase mode. And that's what I want to point out. Okay? So, manual for the driver. So whoever is going to be tanking and you're going to be controlling. Manual for the person who's going to be the looter, who's running Kiss Assist if you choose to do that. Everyone else in chase mode if you're using the chat with this name plugins. Let's get started. All right. So standing in front of this gate where these Exoculo people are over is a guy named Valium, who is the guy who ports you to all the zones. So hopefully no one is in Mistmore right now, but I'm going to have my daughter tell you how we are going to go about this in terms of leveling our team. What the intended path, what I feel like the intended path should be if you got advanced buffs. All right, Ava, so where are we going to take the meme team to level first?
The Castle of Mistmore.
That's right. We're going to go to Castle Mistmore first and beat up some Dark Elves.
Yeah.
And then where are we going to take our team?
The Gulf of Gunthax.
Yeah, the Gulf of Gunthax. We're going to go get some swimming in, get our swimming skills up, beat up some stuff there. And then where are we going to head?
Duloc Harbor to beat up pirates.
Yeah, we're going to go to Duloc Harbor. We're going to beat up those pirates and show them who is boss. And then where are we going to end up with the meme team?
Crypt of Nadox.
The Crypt of Nadox, which has some creepy luggards in there. So that's the leveling path that we're going to take, and that is what I recommend for you, and that is what we are going to demonstrate today. Are you ready to go?
Yeah!
Holla! All right, so our first target is Castle Mistmore. How the heck do we get to Mistmore? Well, we're going to bring everyone over here. And it's by the actual zone file name. So first thing I'm going to do is going to do BCGA. Whoop, let me get the window up here. I'm going to do BCGA to give a command to everyone. Target Valium. I could also just use Mimic Me and say Mistmore. And everyone is zoning into Mistmore. It's just that easy. All right, now before we get excited, let's see who all is in the zone with us. Let's do a who. And we're the only ones here, which is great. This is a great night to shoot footage. So, for these chase assists to work, you have to designate yourself as the main assist. So what you're going to do is you go up to the main, either go to someone in your group if it's not working right, but go to roles, main assist, and you see it's not working right for whatever reason. So I can either reform the group or I can just make someone else leader. So I'm going to make Super Mage the leader. And I'm going to go over on Super Mage's account and do the same thing. I'm just going to click on Dragon Ball Z's name, right click in the group menu. I'm going to assign as the main assist. And so now you can see I've got this icon as the main assist, and usually just for grins, I go main tank. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and set everyone up here as chase mode. And so if you notice, as I set everyone up as chase mode, and there's a reason why I'm doing it this way, as I set them up on chase mode, they run right up to me. Okay? Family Dollars in chase mode. Fire Fist is now going to be in chase mode. And I'm going to leave Dollar Store. Dollar Store is going to be left in manual. And I'm going to show you why here in a second. All right, remember what I said about Kiss Assist being needed for loot. So we set up Dollar Store's INI, if you remember, in Notepad+. And that was a very crucial step to take so that we could get him to chase us around and loot everything that drops. So in order to start that, I'm going to go over here, maybe my MacroQuest window here, and I'm going to go, now pay attention, /Mac, which stands for macro, Kiss Assist, which is the name of the macro, and then I'm going to put the name of the character, Dragon Ball Z 98, which means 98%. So he's going to activate the script to assist Dragon Ball Z at 98%. So I start that, and it runs. Okay? And so if I did everything right, if I move my main around, he should follow us. And he does. He's following us around. So the team is following around. So we are set up. So let's get ready to kill some stuff. I'm excited. All right, here we go. We're going to start pulling some stuff here. I'm going to go into first person mode here. Here they go. They engage. So I'm getting hit. Every time I get hit, they're getting hit with a damage shield. First kill, level 3. Oh, we got more ads. Don't let them get away, folks. Now here's the problem. You get a train going here, and they're all going to come. So I'm going to stay near the zone line here. Oh, look, we leveled again. There's level 4. We got more ads coming and more XP. And everyone's doing their part here. Boom. And so I don't want to lose my buffs, so I'm going to have everyone follow me over here. Come to me. I just need to keep an eye on my hit points here, make sure I don't drop below 20, or else I'll zone out. Oh, don't you dare make us zone out. I'll be mad. They did. He made us zone out. Are you kidding me? That's beat up. All right. Let's go ahead and zone everyone out. So while we're waiting, I'm going to show you here on the map, the zone here. So this is where we zone in kind of the courtyard. So you'll pull these guys by the lake first. And usually I'll pull right up to here, which is where the graveyard is. Here it goes down. These are much higher level mobs. So probably to like level 15, I'll hang out here and pull these higher level or these lower level guys here because they're pretty slim pickings. But then once you get down here, these guys all come at once. So you have to be very careful with that. All right, we are ready to go. Make sure the team is engaged. Let's go down here. Let's see if my guy loots. He should start looting stuff. Yep, and he's looting stuff. And you can see the loot get announced here. And what we're looking for is these diamond coins. These diamond coins are pretty awesome. I just want to kind of show you what kind of stuff that you're getting. Because Project Laz has a unique loot table. And depending on the level, there's like loot levels between like 1 and 20. Like 20 to 40 drop stuff. 40 to 50 drop stuff, 50 to 60, and then 60 to 65, and then 70. All drops good stuff. So, all right, we're going to go here and beat up some more Dark Elves. And, of course, I can't hit anything, but every time they hit me, that's okay. And hopefully as I get higher and higher in level, I take less and less damage, and I can tolerate bigger pulls. And that's what we're really looking for. So I just literally, I've got the X key bound to my next target. All right, level 8, baby. All right, let's see. Dollar store, loot them up. He may not loot them up. He may be bugged a little bit. Or I may have told him not to loot certain things. But when you're leveling up, you can loot whatever you want. I'm purposely not doing so. Because I just want to level as fast as humanly possible here. We got a gargoyle. Again, you want to watch your team's hit points. It's very easy for them to go down in the early levels if you're not watching. So make sure that, especially if you don't have a healer. I don't have a healer, so I'm just relying on passive regen here. So the things that I hate about these mobs, you know, the undead mobs basically, they never run. So they just like suicide into you. So like certain places like Kern's Tower is a great place because the mobs don't run from you. But this is what slows you down here is these types of having to run after stuff. All right. Let's go beat up this person here. As we get a little bit higher level and we get some pets going, this will go a heck of a lot faster. So we're just going to, like I said, we're going to pull up to that first point that I was talking about as a crew. We're going to get a little train here, I think, especially if one of these guys runs. So just be on the lookout. Be ready to run for the zone line if you have to. Right now, we're getting about 24% XP per kill here. Yep, here comes some more. Remember, we got that damage shield working on us, so the more that they hit us, the better off we're going to be. All right. We are now level 10. Moving up in the world. Oh no, don't run. We gotta get him before he gets to the graveyard. Yep, we got him. All right, Muck's getting a little low. All right. Getting some progress here. All right, level 11. All right, there goes Family Dollar. He's looting stuff. See if he loots a diamond coin off of somebody. Give me some diamond coins here. So it's really nice to have an auto looter. That's why it's really important to have an auto looter, because it just saves you a lot of time. You can continue killing. Remember, things aren't usually going to go this quickly. But when you're starting out, like things like those pearl shards are really good. That Lazarus sash of the Swift is a really nice item to have early on. So I'm going to have Family Dollar just pass that to me, because it's kind of like a ghetto flowing black silk sash, for lack of a better term. So I go ahead and equip that so I can be a little faster. All right, let's kill some more stuff here. Getting close to that dangerous graveyard over there. And once we get pets up, this is like going to be a slaughter. But I want to at least get to level 12 before we do that. And we still haven't gotten a diamond coin. This is unusual, guys. Normally we've got like 1 or 2 diamond coins at this point. But I haven't been looting everything. So again, this guy's level 25, and we are level 11, and with our buffs, we are spanking him. All right, here's the graveyard. So you do not want to go down the tunnel there until you are ready. You want to be at least within 10 levels. Unless you just have an absolute killer group with a healer who knows how to heal. And even then, you're likely to die. But I'll go ahead and clean out the graveyard. All right. These guys are level 27. How close are we? All right, we're getting close to our level 12 goal. And that's the one I wanted to show you guys. Family Dollar is late because he was looting. Still no diamond coin. All right, level 12, baby. Let's get a little bit of a buffer here. And then I'm going to show you my special keys that we made to get back to the plane of knowledge. Go over and kill these fools here. Oh wait, let's kill this glyph forbidder. Didn't realize I forgot about the healer. $29 Darfelt Cleric. Kill the healers first, remember? It's like Fire Fist picked up the aggro. We got one down, and then this one's should go down pretty easy here. Yep, we got her on the run. You're toast. Goodbye. All right, we're going to sit. I'm going to let Family Dollar loot some stuff, I hope. Or he may not because he's bugged because I was just running around doing stuff. I'm just going to loot stuff instead of him. No diamond coin. What the heck is this? Where are my diamond coins, Damien? I'm trying to do a video. See, what's this? Blood Claw leggings. Sure, why not? Just pick up what you can. Alright, so let's go ahead and port back. Remember that hotkey that I made earlier for group origin? Here it is. So, click it once. We're all porting back to the plane of knowledge. Whoop. There we go. So let's make sure everyone makes it here. All right, the crew is back in plane of knowledge, so it is time to go buy some disciplines and spells. So what I'm going to do is sell our loot real quick, our very little loot that we got, and then we are going to head back to Mistmore to cause some more carnage here, but this time with some pets. All right, folks, we are back from POK. We got our pets out. They have some weapons. And now we're ready to have quite a different experience now. We're going to pull a little bit quicker now that we have some additional. So watch this. These guys are just going to melt. Boom. Level 13. All right, let's do the lake. Poor Family Dollar is not going to have time to loot. I'm just going to go as fast as possible. Nice. We're just crushing them here, guys. Oh, there's another level. 14. I brought me some potions from the potion vendor just to make things a little bit smoother here. Not that it's going to do much, but at least get some health going. 26 HP a tick. Family Dollar's lagging behind. Too busy looting stuff, aren't you? That's alright. I get it. I'd be looting stuff too. Love it. So I'm hitting my X key, just moving on to the next mob. Everyone's just auto-assisting me. And because I have all those wicked buffs, it's no big deal. And the pets are absolutely doing some damage. And again, need to watch my health here. I'm going to sit a second. Get some HP back here. That's pretty good, right? 12 to 15 and no time flat. No healer. If I had a healer, this would go a lot quicker. I want to be clear on that. This would go a heck of a lot quicker if I had a healer. But the kid did not want me to roll with the healer, so you make it difficult just to show him how easy it is. But you should definitely have a tank, a healer, someone else on your team to be able to mend your guys. I might actually sub out at some point one of these people for a Beast Lord, just to prove a point. Just because the Beast Lord has some type of heal. But the monk's doing okay. I mean, the monk's not really meant to be a tank for this. Especially this one has like no AC. Go ahead and see if there's any type of armor. I mean, there's really nothing you can do on a monk, right? You know, it's not like I can twink the heck out of it with great stuff. That's okay, but we're just going to go ahead and do our thing here. Golly dang. Once the mages get the pets out, it's no holds barred. Jeez. It has evaporated them. See what we do with these level 27s. Yep, just evaporating them like it's nothing. All right, healer first. You gotta be careful pulling here, because if you pull too close to the wall, it'll aggro everything on the other side of the wall, and then you have like a bad situation on your hand. Because as you can see, I got rooted here by this one mob, and these guys like to root a lot. The respawn here, I think, is about 10 or 11 minutes. So typically, like I said, I like to stay around here till about level 20, 25 before I'll go to the Gulf of Gunthak, just to get a little bit of additional XP. Okay, I may die in this pull. I'm gonna wait until I am at full capacity here. At the bottom here, just to show you, so I've cleared all the way to here. Here's a graveyard. Go down this tunnel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bad guys are going to come at me at once, and they're around level 30. And they can put a wallop on you, and I don't know how well my monk is going to be able to take it. But what I'll do is I'll pop a Distillate of Divine Healing on myself for, like kind of part way through it, and hopefully the pets will take care of it. So let's go ahead and go on down and see what happens. Worst case scenario, I can rebuff. Maybe I can sell. I like to pull them into the tunnel. That's the important thing. Here they go. All right, here we go. Oh. Pets are making quick work of them. Nice. Well done. Well done, team. Okay, let's go beat up the rest of these guys. So, Forbidder needs to die first. right. Pull these guys here, and then don't go past these guys because there's a really bad, big bad mob behind it that will just absolutely destroy your group. Let's back these up. I don't know why my team is not engaging. And I'm feared right now, in case you're wondering, and I'm going to die because of it. Because my team will not engage. Alright, I'm going to run and see what's going on here. I don't know why my team is not engaging, but I'm going to run for it. They should be engaging, but for whatever reason, they are not. And I am poisoned. And I do not want to die with my buffs. So I'm gonna wait for them to get to the zone. Here they come. Alright. Got one. Here comes the others. I'm gonna go ahead and zone out. Then I'm gonna zone back in. Well, I left a couple people at the zone line. Alright, let's go back in. Try to get the rest of my team reassembled here. Oh, ran out scared. So that was pretty good. That was actually really good. We did a pretty good job on that one. Didn't die. So that's what you got to do. You got to kind of stick and weave here in order to not lose those buffs. Let's see. Everyone still, I think, has their pets up. So it's really just my monk who was taking a massive beating. As you can see, those definitely were worthwhile kills. 17, 13%. That's really good. In terms of pricing here. Excuse me. That's really good in terms of experience. I'm getting a little tired. So go ahead and rest up here, and we will do, hopefully get some respawns here soon, and we'll do one more run through here, and then we should be able to move on to the next zone. Generally takes about 3 runs of Mistmore with the XP buff active to be able to really move on to Gunthak and start to engage with that. Now, if I was smart, I would have gotten a healer. So I got bored, I went up to the castle, I'm waiting for the respawn. The respawn here is a little over 20 minutes. So I'm over here by the castle. I don't recommend when you're leveling going inside the castle, because that is train central. You want to die quickly, that is the way to do it, is inside there. Definitely don't want to do that. Nothing good in here. The other thing is these mobs root. That is so annoying. I hate getting rooted. Most of the other places you go, and why I chose as leveling spots, you will not get rooted. But we're going to go ahead and clean off the top here. Boom. We're killing them, man. We're killing them. Those pets mean business, I tell you. See if we can get these guys to come over here and say hi. Ah, rooted me again. How dare you. That's okay. What do we ding to? We are level 18. We're getting close to being done with Mistmore. Usually between 20 and 25 is where I call it. Because there's only so much I can take of Mistmore. Alright, folks, we are back. It is time. We have respawn. It is time to blow these guys away. So let's get right to it. Let's do this. Time to get level 20 so we can get our surnames. Come get some, baby. It is time to move on to Gunthack. Look at that. I'm a little depressed we haven't gotten a diamond coin yet. Of course, we're not looting everything. I swear they drop. Like, the first 3 pulls I did in Mistmore, I got 2 diamond coin from. I mean, you know, it's not like this stuff doesn't sell for not bad. I mean, some of these drops that you get sell for 40 plat each. But I was talking about the diamond coin being really clutch here, and they really are. Because if you sell them to other players, they sell up to 300 plat per diamond coin to the other players. But I really just want to loot one. Just to show you that I'm not blowing smoke that they actually drop here. But I turned off my looter because I'm just like trying to kick stuff. Alright, here we go. Boom. So you know it's time to move on when you get down to 3.5%. Even with the XP buff. That's like the Diet Coke of XP right there. We need better XP than that. Just pull everything. All right, level 19. One more. I think by the time we pull the graveyard and then up to the castle again, we'll be good. See how much quicker this is going, though? Leaving a trail of blood in our path. So level 25 is going to give us what? When he dies, almost 6% XP. All right. Let's go take care of the graveyard folks here. So if you don't want to do this, if the respawn is too much, you can also do the Estate of Unrest for some nostalgia. Though I will say Unrest has some pathing issues. And they're not, I mean, there's mobs there and they're dense, but they're not quite as dense. Let's get this Glyph Forbidder here. Don't you dare root me. Yeah, dead before the root. That's what I'm talking about. Eat that. Alright, somebody give me a diamond coin. I'll let my HP get back up here a little bit. No diamond coin. That's depressing. Seriously, Damien? Like, I do a video telling them, like, all these diamond coins be dropping and... So, that's another thing to bring up here. You know, Lazarus has their own kind of... like Defiant-like drops. They're called Lazarus weapons. And so they're actually pretty good starter weapons. So if you start from nothing and want to take a team from nothing without help, like you can get good Laz weapons that drop. They're like fine steel on steroids. Like they actually have staff. Alright. You know the deal. We're going to sit here. We're going to chill out here until I get up to 100% because we are going to go down here and pull the bad boys and girls at the very bottom of the ravine here. But they haven't respawned yet. It's a little disappointing, and Dollar Store didn't follow us. Come on, Dollar Store, what's your problem? You might be rooted. Rooted or stuck. Are you stuck? Yeah, he's stuck on the gravestone. That good old Everquest pathing for you. Let me tell you. Yeah, so over here, down here on the map, this Inti and the Blood Wolves, you do not want to pull them. They will wreck you. Alright, you know what? We didn't make 20 yet, but we are going to go ahead and call it good, and we're going to go to the Gulf of Gunthek. Oh, look! This is a diamond coin. A diamond coin finally dropped. Okay. Damien must have heard my plea. Heard my plea. Even when I'm not even streaming, I'm just recording. So, just going to loot some stuff up here. Boom. Left a Path of Carnage in here. What is this? It's a channeling crystal. We'll take it. Might be good for one of the mages eventually. Like, I don't really care about all the loot here. The gems don't really start to dropping until you get to Dulox Harbor, by the way. So, when you're getting started out, you'll want to loot everything. But if you're wanting to level super fast, like me, just to show you how it's done, I don't recommend it. Oh, look, a grinning gargoyle. Let's see. I don't think there's enough mobs here to level me to 20. That's alright. Let's go to Mars. Mars Temple. Show you what that's like. And then we're going to go to the Gulf of Gunthak. Alright. Here we are. So Mars Temple, all the good stuff's behind the statue there. There's a version of Rubre here. She looks a little different. And then the version of Rubre in the Temple of Mar here, Mars Landing, is actually named Klonopin, because everything is named after pharmaceuticals for that. So we're going to run over to Klonopin here. Make sure all of our team is together. Look in here. I don't even have to look. Go to Mimic Me. Now, alright, welcome to the Gulf of Gunthak. Our second area of leveling here. We've got level 20, and we have our team here. Family Dollar Jafar and Dollar Store Dumbledore has been born. In order to get south of the dock here, we're going to be heading on the map here, straight south. I've got Enduring Breath up on my peeps. We're going to take a little swim. Make sure you hit follow me, and you got to hit the water for them to follow you. So you go down in the water, and then they will come and follow suit. At least we hope they will. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. This is how it is here. So sometimes they hit the come to me button, and they'll come to me, they'll come the long way, but they will come. They will path a strange way around, but they will come to you. And here they are. All right. So here we go. Make sure the team is behind us. And we're walking on water. So here comes the beach. You can also dip into the water and get some awesome stuff. Like swimming skill. But that is not why we're here. We're here to kill stuff. Alright, I'm going to make sure everyone is set here before we start with our pulls. Because these guys are a little bit harder. Not a ton harder. But just a little bit harder. And we're going to go for it. And we're back getting 10% a kill, which is exactly what we want. And we're just going to go and we are going to beat these guys up. We're not even going to loot, because I'm just here to show you guys a tour. I can go farm Kryptonadox if I want loot. These guys don't really drop anything. Like anything other than gems and diamond coins and like good gear really shouldn't be picking up. So what I do is I just basically go along the beach here, and eventually there's a place I just start working in after I kill all the zombies and pirates around here. We're just absolutely wrecking stuff, right? So we're going to work ourselves we're going to kill all these guys here. Level 21. Just going to hit my heal pot. Just to keep my stuff up since I don't have a healer. We are just going to own bones. Like I said, those advanced buffs really do make a huge difference. And so I tend to farm here to about level 28 or 30. In general, the idea is to have enough power to go to Dulox Harbor. And Dulox Harbor is nice because that is where the gems start to drop. Diamonds and stuff. And the idea is to eventually get to Dulox Harbor from here, because I don't really love this zone. But it's pretty good for XP. The mobs are fairly spread out. You don't get a ton of ads unless you hunt in certain places. So I've just been going around here. It's a lot easier than Mistmore. Once you get some skills going. My pets have weapons. There's people who summon pet hammers that you can get. And the pets are just absolutely helping me wreck everything. If you look at that Hand of the Gods, that pet hammer is just killing it. Let's see what kind of shield this guy have. Signia Protector. Yeah, cool. Loot it for one of the mages. Let's see. Dollar Store Dumbledore. Your time has come, sir. You will now be the wielder of a cool shield. All right. Let's start moving further up. I'm going to take you right up here. Oh, there's a another player here. I'll try not to pull right over him. And level 22, just like that. All right, now we're going up here. As you can see, these are just a bunch of flowers and stuff. I hate these mobs because they're always in my way when I'm trying to move forward. But I'm going to kill them one by one because I don't have a healer. If I had a healer, I would just like pull a bunch at once. But I tell you what, we'll pull like 2 or 3 just to keep it moving. Keep in mind the pathing here sometimes is a little janky. So you just have to watch out for your team. Make sure your team keeps up with you. And again, don't forget, if you get below 50% health on your tunes, take a rest. It's worth it not having to do the corpse recovery. See, these guys are level 36 right now, and we're taking them on with relative ease. Yep, level 23. What a beautiful sound, right? That Everquesting. Oh, these mushrooms are a pain. Alright, we're going to pull 4 at once, see what happens. Gonna need a rest after this one. Alright. Sit down and take a rest. Takes 22 seconds to get that rest, but health will shoot right up right after we do so. So the idea is to stay in the Gunthak again until about level 28-ish. Unless you're like heavily twinked, and then you can go into Dulax Harbor and start pulling all the pirates there who start to drop gems. And then again, kind of until level 40, 45-ish, you'll stay there, and then you'll move into the Cryptonadox. And I'll show you all about the Cryptonadox, probably on my main team. I'll show you what's special about the Cryptonadox, why it's probably one of the best places in the game for you to make money, just by the ability to swarm pull depending on the composition of your team. All right, it's a few minutes later. We just dinged level 25. I'll show you where I'm at on the map. I've gone from here, got some respawns. I've just kind of moved myself up, and we're now coming into the pirates here, the Broken Skull Guards. These guys are level 35 and up. Some of them are casters. You do have to watch that, but they're the guys that they drop a lot of junk weapons, but they also drop some gems occasionally. But we're gonna go to Dulax Harbor here soon, once we get a little bit more of these guys to Dirt Nap. We may go a little bit early since our mage pets are just like absolutely just wrecking stuff. Feels good, man. So I'm going to pull a couple more of these, and then I'm going to take a quick rest, do a jump cut, and we'll pull some of the, what I call the precursor to Dulax Harbor. Keep calm and monk on. Haha. Nice. Okay. We're going to sit here. We're going to rest up to full before we go into the city. So here's the plan, guys. So we've, again, your goal is to start here. You swim or levitate to where Reapon Bro and his crew is right here. This is the beach. You stay here, get a couple levels here, get about 22 to 24. Then with your advanced buffs, you start moving up here. You can either stop here and level a little bit. These guys are a little bit lower, but my preference is to go all the way down here, all the way up, and right here to the city where the human citizens and the luggards are. There is a zone line to Dulux Harbor right there. But we will be making a pit stop at the Plane of Knowledge to get some more spells and stuff, and maybe get some more potions before we head to Dulux Harbor, because we want to be efficient, right? All right, we're back. We're going to pull some of these guys just to show you the difficulty here. This guy's level 45, and he's a shaman, which means he does some awful debuffs. So I've got the pets on taunt now to try to eat some of those if possible. But he's all over me. The good news is we're eating him up. We should get about 10 to 14% off this guy. 11%. Okay, not as good. All right. Not as good as I was hoping. Ah, and he poisoned me. I hate these caster mobs, guys. Oh, and he feared me. No. This can be bad, guys. This can be bad. Oh, it's going to have me aggro stuff. Oh, good. All right. So you got to be careful around here. These caster mobs are terrible. You definitely do not want to mess around with them. But the citizens, they're fair game. They're pretty easy. And that's what you really want to focus on, is the citizens. They're the cannon fodder. Now the problem is, my own team is going to lock me in. We're level 27 now. I'm going back down the chute. I just want to show you guys that one spot I was talking about, where the other pirates are. But I also want to show you how fast the XP bar moves, because you guys just won't believe me. So watch right here when I kill stuff. That beautiful little blue bar just go. This is actually a pretty good team. If I had a healer instead of maybe that other monk, this would be a pretty solid team, I have to admit. But that's not what my daughter said. She said 2 monks, 4 mages. Because I want you guys to believe that in Laz you can do just about anything. See how quick it is if you don't stop to loot everything? Alright, we are heading here, where all these plunderers are. Because the vast majority of them don't dispel or do any of that other stuff. Still getting about 5% kill with the XP buff. All right, level 28. See how fast that went? We'll get a little bit more. Right, I'm going to rest up here just a little bit, and then we are going to pull a little bit in here, and then we're going to head on to Dulux Harbor. All right, we're 100% again. Let's go. This guy's a little bit higher in here, 38. So give it just a little bit more experience. Gotta let you watch that XP bar move. This guy's a little beefy. Beefy boy. Let's get a 2-for-1 deal here. And we're just going around the city and just killing everything. So you can see where I'm at on the map. Might want to stay away from the middle. There's a name that spawns there in the middle there in the hut. If you get 3 out here and you're the proper level, it's not that big of a deal. But if you go in there and get a bad pull, you're likely to suffer greatly. I could see where a 6 mage team could work very well here. If the pets, the pets can tank here. They're a little bit more beefy than you would expect. All right, this is the entrance to the tent. I'm gonna pull these guys on the outside, but I'm not gonna go in. This one should level me. $29, look at that. It's moving right along here. Whoop. Did I already clear that out? I didn't clear these out, did I? And it's because I'm missing the back part here. So now we're getting a little bit less here, which is why you want to start thinking about moving on to Dulux Harbor at some point. All right, here we are for phase 3 of the leveling process. We are in Dulux Harbor. And so, see if there's anyone else in here with us. Do a who real quick. We are the only team here, which is great. Let me show you the strategy here, guys. So this is the zone. Everything's red to us. Everything around here is 35, 36, but they have a pretty fast respawn time. So the first phase, you're going to go and pull this stuff here, and this stuff here near the harbor, and there's a bunch of them in the buildings. And in the second phase, there's a secret wall right here that we can show you later, which leads up to a bunch of luggard mobs, which is kind of like the precursor to Nadox. And so I'll either park here or up in this tunnel here. This tunnel is really good. It's one of my favorite spots here to kind of get near the level 50 mark right before you go to Cryptonadox. And Cryptonadox is kind of the 4th phase. and Cryptonadox will take you all the way. But let's go ahead and get started here with the meme team. Let's go. All right, so switch gears a little bit because we've been playing with the same team for a little bit, and I want to show off. I got permission from the little one to show off another meme team. So this is another meme team around the same level. I've got some buffs going. This is all Beast Lords. Literally everyone here is a Beast Lord. Amazing, right? I got a little bugs. I'm gonna make Rebel the leader here and try to make Rich Beast the main assist real quick, which will be important because I want everyone to be in chase mode here. Sure everyone's chasing me around, and they are. Let's see if anyone else is in here. So there's 10 people here. Want to make sure I don't pull over anyone. Oh, they're at the very end. All right, so here we go. You ready? You ready for this? We're gonna do some damage. We're not even gonna stop and loot. We're just gonna like pull stuff. My naked team. I got a bug on me or something. Make sure I'm on manual here. There we go. Let's pull a bunch at once. So this is what you can do when you've got the right buffs going. We're just gonna pull a bunch of stuff all at once. Get a little train going here and see what happens. All right, there we go, 37. I'm just gonna make sure I don't run over that other group there. All right, here we go. Let's pull a train. Just dip in here and pull all these guys all at once. And so if you ever get GM buffs, this is exactly what you do. You go to Duloc Harbor if you're level appropriate, and you just pull everything. And my team should try to heal me. And they are. They're doing a good job of it. That was a pretty good pull. And so people are like, why aren't you looting? Well, because I'm trying to level. Like, loot doesn't matter a whole lot. I mean, you get gems here. Gems drop pretty decently here. But nothing like Nadox. Like, once you get the Nadox, you're pretty golden. Look at that. All right. Let's see. We've pulled most of that. Start pulling some of the other buildings here. Well, this looks like a fun place to pull. Let's hop in here and I think I lost the rest of my team. pretty good. Let me make sure everyone's pets are still up. Looks like they are. Let's just start pulling. You know what? I gotta turn taunt off. I turned taunt off on some of these guys. That's why I'm getting the bizarre behavior here. I want them to follow me, and I want them to assist, but I don't want them. I want the damage shield. I'm just going to go down here and just pull a bunch of these dudes all at once. You go into little houses here. Ooh, spin around. Pretty fun, huh? Level 38. All right. I think it's high time we go to the Lugard Cave or close to it, just so I can give you guys a better tour of what that looks like. And give those guys a run for their money. But first, we're going to mop up all these guys here. So again, we're going to this little spot right here. Might as well take out the Shrouded Far Eyes. This person used to torment me. It's level 45 in a place where everything else is level 35. Not anymore! Let's see what all is on there. Alright, going into the secret tunnel here. And into the Lugard Caves. Alright, let's pull this entire... I'm gonna pull this entire room. You gotta be careful because a lot of these guys are casters. And the casters don't really hit the damage shield as much. But we're gonna try it anyway. Oh, and I'm rooted. So much for pulling a train. And these guys like to run too. That's the other thing I don't like about them. Most of them don't run. But they can't run far. I'll tell you that much. Right, so we made short work of this room here. Again, just to remind you, this is a great leveling spot here. This room, there's a quick respawn. We're gonna head further up. I'm gonna show you the other place that I like to hang out at. It's a great camp if you're going to camp kind of the old school way, which most of you, I suspect, will. Again, we're going further north into the cave here. All right. I'm just gonna pull right past this guy. Get my team across the bridge here. Should be dinging 40 here soon. Nah, taking a little bit longer. Experience really starts to slow down around 40, slows down a little bit more at 50, and then at 60, really starts to slow down, and then 65 to 70 is like what you can expect your normal Everquest grind to be. But we're not here to cover that. I mean, we're here to get you to like level 50-ish so that you can start to experience the game. All right. I'm just gonna pull right in here. I'm just gonna pull past a bunch of these guys and let them beat me up. I'm gonna stay here until my team is level 40-ish. And then at that point, I'm gonna take them to the Crypt of Nadox. I'm gonna show you a little Nadox. Oh, look at that! Fear, they're gonna fear me into the other room. Oh, this might be bad, guys. They're fearing me to the main room. Oh no. Alright. That's alright. A little confusing there. Look at that, 39, baby. These guys are level 49. So we're gonna pull a bunch of them all at once, see what happens. And reminder, these are the special GM buffs that go out every so often. So look at that. So on this map here, this is the room right here that I'm talking about. So we were here, we just made a path of carnage up here. I'm going to take you up just about here. I do not recommend this room. This one has some really high level, but we're just going to run up that way anyway just to take out some of these other targets, because I really want to show you guys what the Crypt of Nadox looks like while I have these GM buffs going on my characters. Because I want to show you, if you get lucky being on at the right time, you can level your team very quickly, and you can see like my guys are pretty much naked. All I'm doing is getting their spells and stuff. So you can get a team up really quickly. And the higher you get, it's easier to farm for plat. The higher you get, the more diamond coins you get at drops. More gems you get off of drops. So it's a lot easier to get money and get gear. So this is the extent of where I'm going to go. All right. They're all dead. All right, we're going to switch zones here. Group origining out. All right, how do we get to Nadox? We're going to tell Valium Nadox, N-A-D-O-X. Boom. Now, this place is always busy, so I recommend getting your own instance if there are people here. So we are going to check And there are 18 people here. So I'm going to be respectful of everyone's camp, and I'm going to grab my own instance for this video because I am going to be pulling quite a lot of stuff here. I may be bugged. I am bugged, so I'm going to have someone else do get my instance real quick. But I'll show you how this works. I'm just going to give him 2,500 platinum, and he's going to set me up my instance. All right, I've made the transfer. You can see I've got this window up here that shows the expedition information. I'm going to close this out. You can add to the group up to 6, but I'm just going to target Roku, have everyone target Roku. I'm going to say enter. And that enters you into your own version of the instance. All right, so here we are in the Cryptonadox. So I'm going to get shrink out here, and then we're going to roll. While they're doing that, I'm going to show you everything is red here. When you start in, this brings you in at the Torgan Mines zone line. There is an event that always spawns. I recommend running past it. You can also get in through the Gulf of Gunthak, which is a little bit easier way. It's where the lower level mobs are. But the place that gives the best XP, in my opinion, is these 4 rooms here and in this big room here. This is actually an event. If you can do it, great at the higher levels. But 1, 2, 3, and then the 4 corners, I call it. And then you can also pull this if you get bored. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to start beating stuff up here. So we are now killing level 44 stuff. So the XP should come great. This is your main destination. This is where you want to get to really get your crew up, because this is the first zone that you can really swarm pull reliably and get lots of good stuff. And I'll show you a little bit of what that looks like here in a little bit. And I've got the GM buffs running, so hopefully we can make some pulls, but we are going to actually skip past the GM event, if at all or not the GM event, the Spirit Collar event, if at all possible, because it just slows me down and it spawns wave and waves of garbage that don't really drop anything good. So we're going to try to get through this room. To me, this room is more of a nuisance than anything else. I'm going to show you how to get down to the places you want to go here. So we're going to turn around here. So we go up the stairs. We're going to have to kill these guys here. And the Blood Priest, unfortunately, is on us. So once you kill this guy, he's going to get all upset and start calling waves of stuff. So what you're going to do, you're going to left-click this here. It's going to open, and you're just going to sneak past everybody. All right, I'm going to do a jump click real quick. All right, took a small break there here to get a little jump cut. We just came through that tunnel there. And what we are going to do is we are going to head further in. Our GM buffs, just so I can show you the 4 corners and how you can work towards getting some pulls there and what the methodology should be. So these guys are level 50. Our team is level 40 right now, so 10 level difference. So we're getting about 2% a kill, which at level 40 is really, really good, in my opinion. See, 2.036. So we're doing pretty good. And we're going to start killing these Lugolds here in a second. Right through this tunnel here. I'm going to show you the map just to show you where exactly we are at. All right. Here we are. So let's take a quick look at the map here. And show you, make the map a little bigger. 4 corners, 1, 2, 3, 4 is where we're going to pull to. There's 2 on the sides here, and one thing that's special is sometimes a name will pop right after a pull. So you have to be really careful with your pulls. See, we've already got 3 here because our aggro radius is so big. Now remember, we got a nice damage shield buff from the GMs here. So you're likely to be a little bit higher level when you're taking this on. But regardless, the concept remains the same. We're going to try to pull 1 or 2 at a time. Oops, I switched targets. I'm going to pull them 1 at a time here. We've got some target issues. Oh, because I'm on chase. That's why. My bad. Boom. Okay. So no name spawned. So already you can see ruby and a charred wooden rod worth 120 plat dropped off of 1 mob. You know, there's silk here. The silk can sell for stuff on your bazaar trader. Already got a sapphire. I destroy these lug-all tridents and stuff. They're not worth it. But I wanted you to see. So the first thing I do is I clear the central room. And generally speaking, I'll show you where I set up my group to pull. I'll come right here, get these 2 guys here. There used to be music to this zone. I don't know what happened to it. All right. Boom. Doing all right. Okay, so right here is where I set up my team. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each of them off of chase mode and use assist mode in the MQ2 Beast plugin. Okay? And what this is going to do is this is going to set up the camp radius. And so they're going to auto assist me on everything that comes within a set radius. They will just go ahead and attack. So that way I have 1 puller. I'm not having to pull everyone along with me. They're just all in one spot. And they're ready to go. And they can pop heals on me as I'm going. So let me show you how this works. So you see, the only thing that should be coming with me is my warder. My warder going to turn taunt off, but he is going to follow me. But I'm not going to attack anything until I've got a couple. So I'm going to pull 4 here just to get started. Well, oh crap, I got 6. Well, we're just going to assist one and see what happens. So here they're all going into action. Hopefully they'll heal me. So far, so good here. I am taking some heat. Well, I got 1 down. Gonna hit my next target button and go ahead and engage. You can also click on the extended tab here. This is what swarm pulling's like, except if you have a one of those really nice fabled earth shakers, and I'll show that at the end of the video what that looks like, pulling with a fabled earth shaker with a max level crew. You can really rack up the XP very quickly. Now again, I've got GM buffs, so don't expect to go in there with your team doing this right off the bat. But literally, I am cleaning up here. So what I do is I pull these 4 corners, and look, there's one of the names right there. So I'm going to make sure that I target him first. I run back to my group. I make sure I run straight back to my group. I go ahead and hit my engage. And we just start going. So everyone's on the named. And remember, when one of them dies, it might turn into a name. So sometimes you can always get an extra pop there. And the name is level 58 if you can't tell. And so he gave 2.7% of a level. Which when you think about it, man, that's pretty good. They're going to be hard pressed to do well enough to get that. And so one of the things I want to bring up is you want to get your first team up, you know, if you're interested in ads or alts or anything like that, you want to get your first team up relatively quickly, if at all possible. I'm going to go ahead and set up an auto looter. And find someone who can auto loot for me. I think we talked about that earlier on. So I'm just going to do Mac. So give me a second as I set that up, and then we will pull another one, which will be a little bit more of a bigger pull here. We'll see if we can get a bigger pull with these GM buffs up. Meanwhile, I'm setting up Queen as my auto looter. And that way, you can see exactly turn my loot on. Turn NQ2 melee off. Boom. Make sure she's in manual mode, and then I'm going to go ahead and all right. We are ready to go, and she is looting now. So she'll go ahead and loot as long as the extended target window is not. Now, if you'll notice to our north, there are higher level mobs. I'm going to go ahead and pull this one guy down here so he doesn't path up to us. But in general, we do not go down there because everything down there is level 53 to level 55. They're a little bit more of a risk to pull. And doggone it, come back. I got my pet on auto taunt, I think. Alright, I'm gonna go out here, pull some more. See if we can get a few here. And so everyone is on the hunt here. How many do we have? We've got a few. There we go. I gotta turn my mending off. That's why I keep losing. That's why I keep losing my target I had Mind on. So you need to make sure that you're hitting auto attack on each one when you're swarm pulling. The aggro is ping-ponging back and forth between folks due to the damage shield, which is fine when you've got GM buffs. In 25 minutes when that runs out, though, we'll not be able to do these magnitude of pulls for sure. Alright, I turned my pet toggle. Alright, let's go in here. We're going to pull this entire room. And off we go. I'll let you guys watch the XP kind of roll in there. Now, you don't want to die because once you die, all your GM buffs go away. And then you're stuck with your advanced Ruberry buffs, which you're going to have to keep up all the time. But when you're at this point, you will have enough. You'll be swimming in diamond coins when you're at Cryptonadox. If you hunt for more than a couple hours, you'll have 45 diamond coins just from that. So you should always have a Ruberry's buffing stick on you to be able to accomplish that. So getting close to 41 already here. Pretty good. All right, see, these guys have already repopped. So you have to be really, really, really quick to be able to take these guys down and be bored with no respawns. And that's why Cryptonadox is one of the best zones, in my opinion, to level in, is because the respawn is somewhere around 6 minutes. It's something crazy. So at max level, by the time you're, it may be kind of minuscule experience, particularly at 65. A lot of people will pause their team at level 65 and just go ahead and do that. And there it goes. See, there we had a name spawn, so I'm going to go ahead and switch to that named. Now, if I had like true melees in here, like a berserker, warrior, paladin, someone who can weld the fabled earthshaker, these guys would be dead already. But we don't, so that is fine. But we'll show what that looks like in a little bit. All right, we're down to the last under 4 minutes on the GM buffs. So we're going to do one last pull straight after this one because I'm a big fan of not pushing your luck on the GM buffs. Because once they run out, like, you are pretty much toast if you are not well geared and level appropriate. And we are not technically level appropriate for these type of pulls. We could probably handle a single with our pets. You'll typically, you get your buff stick up from our favorite Ruberry, then it's a much different situation. I got this straggler in the back who just spawned. I'll take him down real quickly. All right, final pull. I think we're going to pull this room down here. Hopefully we don't get stunned a bunch on the way back. But it tends to happen. Okay, I think that's the appropriate amount for this. All right, and someone popped an XP pot while we were out there, so that's pretty good. All right, final pull here, folks. Doing all right here, guys. Down to under 1 minute on the buffs. All right, very good. All right, we're gonna stand guard and let Queen scoop up the loot there. Hopefully those two on the other end don't spawn. And then we're going to go ahead and gate out here. We've got 58 seconds left on the timer. I usually like to let the GM buffs go ahead and time out so I can click my Rubre buff stick when I get back back into town. Assuming I have one on my guy. I don't know if I do or not. No, I don't. Maybe we'll have enough diamond coin. I doubt we'll have enough diamond coin to pull that off right afterwards. But all right, let's pull everyone close, and we're gonna gate out here in about 20 seconds, and then I'm gonna sell and tell you how much money we made. All right, we're back in the plane of knowledge here, and Queen has sold her stuff, so we're gonna have her give us the grand total. So she started with 3 platinum, nothing really in inventory, and we managed in that short time at the corner when she was actually looting 16 diamond coin and 2,479 plat. Which, you know, it's not my best, but that's pretty good. So now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how good it can be on my main team. I'm going to go ahead and burn 2,500 platinum and grab an instance and show you just how insane the pulls can be and what the AAs are with a max level team pulling in, and how you can rapidly do that. So that'll be our last segment here on the leveling. All right, I've got my team set up, and as you can see here, we're in this little niche area where I'm not getting much aggro, but I wanted to share with you the item that makes this all work. So Fabled Earthshaker, you can buy it for 100k platinum. Some people will actually trade in with 330 diamond coin or 10 gold coins. But the stats are pretty good, right? The base damage and delay is 1-to-1, which is not that great considering there's better damage weapons out there. But look at this effect. So area effect 699 to 943, and it's on the higher end of the scale once you get up there. And then I've got 3 of those. I got one on Richardo and one on each of my Berserkers. And then on the alternative advancement abilities, we've got Weapon Affinity maxed out, which allows it to proc even more. And then we've also got a couple other things on here on the other ones with Ingenuity. And we have Twin Proc, which is going to allow it to sometimes proc twice in one time. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull this, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. So I'm going to pull these 2 rooms here in one big pull, these 2 corners, and then these 2 corners. All right, let's go. And sometimes you get stunned along the way. That's okay. It happens. But this is where the fun starts. And I'm going to have you guys watch the AA pour in. So I've got 2 AA points now. We'll see where we end up with after this massive pull. Uh-oh. No one's engaging. Come on, guys, engage. Why aren't you engaging? This may be a fail pull, guys. Why aren't you guys engaging? Usually goes a little smoother than this, guys. See him set up his main assist. They're assisting. I'm just going to steal my aggro back here. I don't need dot snare. And that a name popped off of that. All right. So we got 1 AA point at least off of that one pull. Okay, forgot to put everyone on assist mode, so this next one should go a lot smoother. So the next step here, we're going to pull those 2 northern rooms here in one pull. And these guys like to stun a lot, which is really annoying. But depending on how quick you be, you can pull all of these in one pull. And then the bottom 2 rooms in one pull. Usually like to grab these guys as well. Now, yeah, they're green, but the thing is, why would you do Nadox? We do Nadox for the money, and it's super chill. So I'm gonna hang out right here. They're gonna come right over the corner there. I'm gonna wait till they all get grouped up, and then I'm gonna hit Explosion Expite, and now they're all mine, and they're all gonna evaporate. So I'm gonna turn the DPS meter up here. You can watch those procs come in the lower left-hand corner. And we got a name spawn, but we got 2 names spawned off of this one. Well, that's to be expected when you pull so much. Boom. And just like that, 2 rooms gone, vaporized. What's our AAs up to now, you ask? We're up to 4. All right, let's pull the rest of these guys. Oop, missed one. Certainly don't want to leave anyone behind. They're all coming along for the fun. Uh-oh. Last but not least, you. You can see my bar is just trying to keep up with the looting. The E3 package loots a little faster than Kist Assist, but that's okay. As long as she keeps the songs going when we're in combat, that's all I care about. All right. So let's get our aggro off here, and we are engaged. And they're already evaporating. And we got one named, and look, we've already got respawn in the main room now. All right, there we go. Take a little break. You can see it's no sweat for the team. So on those pulls there, we got about a little over 4 AA, I think, 3 or 4 AA. And some loot. So there we go. We're, there's better AA to be had. Let me be clear. So as you get further along, the progression is you can start doing Plane of Fire or Bastion of Thunder. And Plane of Fire, you can start swarm pulling Field 1, and then you can then swarm pull or actually single double pull C1, which is the city one. And then as you progress, you can do the entire zone swarming. And then by that point, at some point, when you hit level 70 on all your guys and you have enough AA on your tank, then you'll want to move on to getting your Anguish key access so that you can do the Gates of Discord zones and such like, and really start to get some of the higher tier gear. And that's where the end game really starts, is getting Anguish access, getting geared, and then you've got a whole slew of hardcore zones that have been developed by the devs to try to conquer that has even more crazy augments in gear. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys that. As you can see here, we've already got some repops ready to go. You can look at the map. This room is ready for one more pull, so we're just going to do one more pull just to show you what that looks like. Down here in terms of AA, since we didn't get a good pull the last time. But I wanted you to have a leveling guide to kind of start out, just to have some way to started grinding with your teams. You can go anywhere you want. If you want to visit Old Sebalus, if you want to go to Lower Guck just because it feels good, man, this is the server you can do it on. Do whatever you want for nostalgia. But if you're looking for efficiency, getting a team up and running, and, just to really get started. Because once you have a team up and running, and you can generate some income, then you can do such fun things such as, level other alts and stuff. All right, so I'm going to wait till they all get here. And then I'm going to pop my AoE aggro. And we're going to vaporize them. I'll let you guys watch the AAXP meter go vroom, vroom, vroom. Oh, this guy's annoying. He heals. Always one. But anyway, for efficiency's sake, I'd say that's a pretty good body count there. What do you guys think? So, all right, this is Doc Legendary. I'm going to sign off on this leveling guide. I hope you found some of this information to be useful to you in getting started on Project Lazarus. Again, look at the leveling guide. There's other paths that you can take. There's quests that you can do turn-ins for. There's all sorts of content for you. But if you want a sample efficient leveling guide using the Ruby Raised Buff Stick, I think I've laid out a pretty decent path for you. Leave some comments in below if you have tips to share with other Project Lazarus players. Please let me know. Again, I want the feedback to be useful to you. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Subscribe if you like the content. Have a train-free day, folks. Take care.